Hello once more. And I'm glad to see that we're getting more and more. That means the strike has ended, the first part of it. So there are more people inside now, the auditorium. Reshaping strategic leadership in the age of AI. It's a very big issue. And subtitle is From Strategy to Execution, AI's role in business transformation. And my first question is, have you started? And how long, how far have you traveled? It's a journey. At least it's a journey. They say that's without an end, you cannot finish. You just go and go on, you have to. Let's start from you. Yeah, please. It's on, yeah? No? It's on? Switch on?
Now?
Yep.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you for hosting us here. It's a pleasure being with the rest of the panel. And based on your answer, on your question, well, Titan began its digital transformation in 2017, initially focusing on integrating artificial intelligence in digital solutions. The effort expanded beyond AI to include broader digital solutions and use cases, recognizing that a solid digital foundation is essential before leveraging AI. For example, previously, processes were managed manually with pen and paper, having data distributed everywhere and unstructured. So, however, AI use cases were pursued in parallel and with a focus on those that deliver real value, and rather than adopting AI for its own sake. I have a few conclusions that I can share with you.
Would like to hear.
Yeah. Well, AI has been identified as a significant value multiplier, especially when applied to areas where the company already has strong expertise. Until now, to give you a few examples, Titan has achieved impressive results in several flagship AI implementations. One is predictive maintenance. The other one is time series forecasting, anomaly detection.
The big issue for factories.
Excuse me?
Big issue for factory. This is
Yes. Spare parts inventory optimization and dispatching optimization. These have led to step changes in equipment and process efficiencies. Our approach is piloting AI solutions, evaluating their success, and rolling out the most promising ones across the group.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Good afternoon for me as well from my side. Really glad to be here and thank you for the invitation. I think from the OTE perspective, it is our new paradigm, is the way that we have set ourselves as our vision, becoming the number one or amongst the best digital and AI-driven companies in Europe. And by doing so, also helping Greece, our country, to become more into this AI new era. So we go back a long time with AI, perhaps one of the few companies in Greece where we have been using this technology since the early 2010s. This is the way that telecom networks operate. This is how we ensure that we provide the best quality of service, that we plan the network in the way that we have the best coverage, that we prevent failures, and so forth. But these, as technology was maturing, more applications came forward. Like, for example, today, our customers have a bot which also speaks many languages, a multilingual bot. So it helps a lot with customer service. By the way, about 25% of all customer interactions are handled end-to-end by this AI solution, which combines traditional AI and modern AI. And of course, we're using these technologies in marketing, where we have seen significant results, significant uplifts, not only in our marketing strategy and penetrating the market and so forth, but also improving customer experience in many aspects. Now, I think that what is important for companies is that to view AI as a matter of, how can I put it, survival. AI is going to penetrate everything. It's going to penetrate products. It's going to penetrate processes. It's going to be the assistant of its employee.
It's catalytic.
It's catalytic. It's like electricity. We cannot work without electricity in our homes, in our work, everywhere. So it is very important for companies to think AI in a way that dictates a reimagining. Everybody in this room and in our companies needs to think how AI is going to disrupt this process, this product, this task, this activity. This is going to happen. Sooner or later it's going to happen. So it is better that we think it first and set the purpose and the process and the plan rather than following what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, the way. Okay. Again.
My side as well, and thank you for the invitation and the chance to do this great,
Thank you.
the esteemed panelists. I will answer in a bit different manner. From my point of view, AI is not exactly a journey, it's more a new capability that we are embracing during our long journey of digital transformation. A marathon, I would say, where all organizations need to continuously keep up to date
with
technological developments, rapidly changing technological developments, where you need to always think how to adopt them in the best way, in your needs, in order to stay relevant and not be left behind. So it is essential that you embark first on digital transformation, and in fact this is what we have been doing in demo pharmaceuticals for the last 3 years. We had to, let's say, go through a modernization phase. We would call it fix the basics, where we should bring our technological infrastructure on a par with the company's upscaling, and adopt some prerequisites, in my view, which are essential in order to embark on a
what are these prerequisites?
Yes, such as cloud adoption. It's very important to have a scalable infrastructure. Data unification. It's important that organizational data are not fragmented across disparate platforms in the organization, and also strengthening of the tools and the skills of people in the workplace, so that they are able to consume AI capabilities. Now that we are in a satisfactory point, I would say, of this journey, we have indeed embarked on our AI transformation as well. We have started with the more mature audiences within the company, which are in the scientific side. So the R&D, the medical affairs. The reason is, I would say, that in the first use cases, you need to work a lot with business experts, which also have to be committed, working with you, making tests, trying new tools, finding out which approach is the most suitable, and devote time. So indeed, not everybody is ready to embark on this journey. We have a variety of use cases, both on the classical analytical side, data analysis and machine learning, as well as document processing and generative use cases. Interestingly, I would say that generative use cases are running a bit faster, which says a lot about how becoming familiar with tools in our consumer lives, I would say, makes us more ready to adopt them in our professional lives.
Yes.
But I'm sure since we are a supply chain company with large data volumes, that all use cases will be
Yeah. Thank you. We started with the heavy industry, then passed to telecoms, then to pharmaceuticals. What has the insurance world to tell us about it?
Hello everyone. It's an honor to be here discussing
Thank you.
about
Thank you.
this very interesting topic. Yeah. In the insurance world, everything we do is built on top of trust and how to say,
Magic work.
yeah, long-term promises. And we believe that AI is playing a crucial role on this thing. We have moved a long way all those years from being digital to becoming more cognitive, I will say. So in the first phase, everything has to do with systems, modernizing infrastructure, digitizing workflows. This probably was the foundation in order to operate faster and more reliable. Nowadays we are working with intelligence, connecting data, generating insights, and using AI application wherever we find that there is a value. And across the Generali Group, we are working on several, more than 50 probably, flagship AI applications in order to transform pricing, underwriting, and claims management. So in these areas we have application in order to automate claim management, to enhance the way that we detect motor damages. We have cognitive underwriters that they coach, let's say, the junior underwriters, the senior underwriters. They add more information and knowledge to those assistants. We have AI tools in order to estimate better the property values and weather-related risks. I agree with your comment about the generative AI. It proceeds faster. It enhances and make better the way that we work every day.
More familiar.
Yes, we are all more familiar with those things. So we have RAG-based chatbots. We have several policies, guidelines, technical measures. So it's more easy to have a question and take an answer from such tools. We have Jenny, our assistant in our corporate site.
We call it Jenny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny, I was already captured. So we call it.
The previous one was Sophia.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's really nice to
Good.
So we are changing the way that we are developing software from coding to testing, the way that we are creating contents, documentation, software documentation, marketing campaigns, and I would say, in order to summarize, that we can see benefits in the way that we have faster decisions, better quality and accuracy. And
What were the main obstacles you had to overcome?
Okay,
Yeah,
for sure. We
What
are
were the main
facing several challenges. I believe the main ones that they are not technical, like how much we trust those tools. We are working on those. I have an example about the cognitive underwriter where we needed to add how it's called explainability, argumentation frameworks, where each decision was explained in order the underwriter to understand better why he was suggesting something. I would say that the challenges has to do about culture, governance.
How many people were in the company, so you had to, let's approach them, all of them?
We are 500 people in
500.
general.
Okay.
We are many millions, thousands in general groups, and all the stuff. We started with the ones that were more ready, as it was previously said. We have several initiatives in order to approach the internal staff. As an example, we have the culture of council, where issues like that is being addressed and trying to find ways in order to communicate the various aspects of those issues. We have a very nice knowledge platform, we call it Wheeler, where you can find everything you want about AI, about...
It's an assistant, you mean?
It's a platform with trainings and seminars. We do not have yet an assistant. Probably in the near future something is going to happen there. About the obstacles, I would like to say something. Last one, we're heavily regulated. You know, we have in European Union all those regulations, GDPR or AI Act. So in order to proceed with such an initiative, we need to fulfill several assessments. It is good about the privacy, ethics and all that stuff, but until we are able to start our company has already finished with what we would like to do, and I believe this is the main issue.
Okay, Vangeli, what was your main obstacle and what is the medicine for that?
The AI transformation is a very demanding journey, and it actually, I would say, exposes any inadequacy that an organization has in terms of technological readiness and maturity. Inadequacy in terms of infrastructure, because AI use cases are scaling their needs from infrastructure very suddenly. So you start small with a small POC, with low computing power, low data volumes, and as the tool becomes adopted, you are suddenly faced with an increasing resource, so you need to be able to scale up. Inadequacies in data verifications, because if you are not able to combine data from different business areas of the company, you will not be able to make most out of AI. For instance, if you cannot put together profitability data from product launches with market intelligence data that business or regulatory side, in our cases, holds, how can you predict which product and which country has the largest probability of becoming your new profitable product? Of course, culture and mindset, I would agree, is
That's the next question. That's the next question.
Okay, so we leave it.
We leave it
For later, then.
Yeah. What about the debt? I mean, thousands of people.
Yes, but
Thousands of obstacles.
well, there is kind of an analogous, although we're in a digital kind of setup. However, I would like to point some, I think, 3 or 4 core areas.
Okay.
One big challenge is data. So you cannot do proper AI, any proper AI use case without having sorted the data. And this was the biggest issue that we had to face, and now we have a strategy of cloudifying our data, which means having new tools, new capabilities, and much faster utilization of the data wealth that we create. We are a company that creates perhaps the most data as an individual organization in this country. So that's one. Another big area is governance. And governance has a number of aspects. One is how do you ensure that you have some sort of a profit out of AI? Because many times we have seen hypes coming and going, spending lots of millions. Even now, some people are talking about the AI hype and this bubble that is going to burst at some point. But nevertheless, just like internet stayed, and AI is going to stay. So governing AI, not only from the ethical and the regulatory and all these aspects that we really need to ensure that we put in practice, but also making it economically viable. So this is another challenge that companies really need to think how to balance their seats when it comes to investing in AI. And to some extent, this will require a leap of faith, because some of this investment you cannot really say what kind of profit it's going to bring. So you really need to make the investment and try for the best. So this is also a mindset that really needs to be in place. When it comes to culture, there is this discussion around, oh, AI is coming, I'm going to lose my job, or whatever this may be. There's no answer to this.
The fear of tomorrow.
There is no answer to this. What we know today is that AIs do not do everything well. They are good when we have use cases that are open, where you have numerous interpretations, like research and things like that. But they're not that good when it comes to accuracy, solving accuracy problems. So human intervention is required. As people, we will really need to do two things: set purpose and control the quality of AIs. And this, we will see how it plays out, because these machines and these models continuously improve. And what is going to happen, nobody knows. The only thing we know is that there are going to be people who use AI and those that they don't. And those who will use AI will be in a better position than those that don't.
Yeah, that's also true.
So that's one thing. And one practical problem that we will see in the future, and I think it's practical from the business perspective, is that today we are preparing our companies, our business plans, and we're doing all this kind of stuff, and we address needs of people. Yeah? And we assume, or we know today, that people are looking for our services or products. Now, from now on, we need to assume that their agents are going to look for our products and services. So the question is, how ready are we to sell and engage with the assistance of our customers? And this has a strong implication, a very big implication, in the way that we structure our digital media, websites, applications, because this is where the human who is going to pay for whatever his assistant or her assistant will choose will follow or not the recommendation of the assistant. We had the pleasure of having the vice president from Perplexity the other day here in Greece when we launched the Magenta AI. We were there as well. So this is coming. And of course, from Perplexity, Google is going to follow, OpenAI is going to follow. So literally everyone gradually is going to start asking recommendations based on their budgets, meaning that our digital media need to be ready to interact with these agents and influence the agents, which is kind of a challenge going forward. So, yeah.
Yep. How about Titan? In Greek, I would say you have a titanio elbow, but I cannot translate that, sorry.
Well, listening to my peers here, we're sharing
The same.
the
yeah.
same obstacles,
Yeah.
but I can point out a few more
Yes, please.
from our observations.
Mhm.
We understand that a digital foundation should be laid in the beginning, which means digitizing processes and having data in place before AI can consume them. We also know that there are skill shortages in specialized roles like data scientists, data engineers, ML engineers, et cetera, So we need to see how we can retain them and how we can improve them so they can collaborate with the rest of the business and translate the gaps. The other obstacle that someone might face is scaling our pilots. They're resource intensive when you need to scale a successful pilot. These software products require also quite a lot of expertise in order to deliver in the business. The other thing is employee buy-in. Gaining acceptance and buy-in from employees which are affected by new AI-driven processes is something that we need to take care of. And last but not least is data protection and cybersecurity. We all understand with the AI Act and all these regulations. Ensuring robust data protection and cybersecurity measures, especially in sectors with highly regulated areas and constraints. So
Yeah.
these are the ones I can share with
You already have given a hint on that. Have you started programs about skilling, reskilling, upskilling, or whatever
Definitely.
you need? I mean,
you. Yes. We promote
blue collar or white collar, or both?
everyone.
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 Okay.
Yes. Well, Titan actively promotes innovation with AI, communicating digital transformation initiatives and their successes so everyone knows what's going on. Education about AI and its capabilities is prioritized, and employees are encouraged to generate new ideas and find with AI tools available within the business. Also, AI is promoted through internal innovation competitions.
That's good. Hackathons,
And
something like that.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. And the experimentation is decentralized, which means each one in their business unit can test, pilot, and come up with ideas that they can share with the rest of the group. So there's a clear effort to spark the culture where everyone feels empowered to test, contribute to digital transformation and achievements.
So everybody wants to be an insider, let's say.
We want to keep their
Yeah,
excitement.
they're in there.
High.
Yes, high. Okay, that's good. That's good. What about today?
Well, we are along the same lines. We have created the AI Academy,
Yeah.
where
AI Academy.
AI Academy.
In plus of the Academy.
Yes, this is a virtual, let's say, setup where we have curriculum for AI training for all our staff. So, and there is also a plan that everyone is going to attend this kind of trainings. Just to give you an idea, in 1 month, this was a 3-hour training. In 1 month, we had more than 1,500 people joining. So this is something that it builds up, which is one area of activities. Then we are preparing now to launch our AI Partners program. This is a program where we are going to recruit within the company, let's call them ambassadors, who will be trained and get certified in their ability to create AI agents and be able to create AI products. These will be people from around the company, regardless of hierarchy and regardless of where they work. So they may be at the shop or the call center or field agents and so forth. The idea here is to equip people across the company to become points of expertise sparked innovation. Think about this little problem that I have, how can I solve it with AI on my own without waiting for somebody from IT to do it? And in order to support that, we created an AI governance organization. Part of the objective of this organization is to provide the tools and the infrastructure that is necessary for this activity to realize. Of course, there are other training programs. We support also people going to universities with paid degrees and so forth. So there is a lot of effort from the organization that if we want to achieve transformation, we need to have people that they understand how to use these tools and how to empower them, how they feel empowered to do a difference by themselves. And this, to be honest, is going to be necessary for one more reason. As it was mentioned before, scaling pilots is a big thing. And why is that? Because every 1 month, every 2 months, we have a new technology coming in. We have a new idea, a new setup, and then so forth. You cannot keep up. If you try to sort of industrialize an idea, after 3 months, perhaps it's obsolete. So it is very important to be fast. In order to be fast, we need trained people, one. And even if you are left behind in the cycle and say, okay, I'm going to scale this and then I'm going to rescale it in 6 months or 1 year, at least you have people with expertise and tools to compensate for this gap. So from every aspect, from a personal growth perspective, from the company operations efficiency perspective, from any perspective, it is really important that our people are well equipped with this kind of knowledge.
Okay, so you have all hands on AI deck, let's say.
Yes, and you know, one aspect in the training I forgot to mention, but I think this is crucial, it's in the foundation of what we do, is that whatever we do, it needs to follow an ethical code of conduct. We are in a very sensitive, as a company, we have to handle sensitive data. So when you listen, even if you read our purpose and so forth, we are talking about scaling ethical AI. So this is also part of who we are and what that training we provide to our employees.
It's very important, this one. Again.
Pick from where I was left in the previous question.
Yes, about culture, you mean?
Yes, about culture and
because it's the next step of culture.
Yes,
Scaling.
I would say that what comes up as very essential with AI journey is that the approach of how business works with IT on technological problems, well actually not technological, on solving business problems with technology.
Via technology, yes.
Via technology, exactly, needs to shift and change from the traditional approach, which is, at least in organizations like ours, people are more oriented towards the manufacturing output rather than technology. Is that okay? I'm business, I come with a problem, with a need, I describe it to IT, and then IT goes out, disappears for 3 or 6 months, writing code and coming back to the solution.
Yes.
Which then I realize it's not the solution I received. And off we go again in the same cycle. In AI, simply this doesn't work. Because input from business and expertise is essential on modeling the problem, understanding what is the data set that will give us the proper insights and will help us deal with the problem in a better way. And this needs a commitment of business in working with this. I would say that commitment is first, education is afterwards. In our company, I would say we have a variety of approaches towards this mindset, so there are audiences very committed and very eager. There are very enthusiastic audiences, but they don't want to, really invest on their own time. They prefer, bring the solution and we'll see. They are very different, and of course there are also the more skeptic audiences which, have the fear, yes, the fear what will happen with my job and so on. Fortunately, we have the luck of being in a growth trajectory in the company, which means that business needs are scaling all the time. Headcount cannot scale at the same pace, which means that there is a resource gap that makes AI and automation in general a necessity for closing this gap and make us having more to work with AI rather than having AI working instead of us.
Yes. Okay. Adon, last but not least.
Yes. I also come from a traditional industry, and my main focus is to help my company to move from a traditional insurance company to a more data-driven AI digital organization. So, as the technology AI evolves, so do the skills, the needed skills need to evolve. We have also Generali Academy that provides certification. If I remember well, it's in Trieste, in Italy, or degrees in collaboration with the university. So this is a very nice and good tool in order to help to our ambition about AI and all those stuff. So this is a continuous journey, reskilling, upskilling our people. Our mission as an insurance company is to protect the people, not to protect the old jobs, but to protect our people to evolve as the technology evolves. And yes, there are some tasks that they are disappearing, but some other tasks arise. Our role has become more sophisticated, and I believe we are there in order to help them, and we to manage to combine technology with human judgment, creativity.
It's a human-centered thing.
Yeah, it's a human-centered thing. Yeah.
Do you have any questions? Yes, we do. So, please. Yes.
According to the panel's view, what's the one thing that companies usually underestimate when starting their AI journey? What's the more underestimated factor when you start your journey?
Let me
Yes.
try to answer this one because it's kind of a difficult. First of all, there is this hype. Everybody is looking at the trophy that waits there when you cross the bridge, which is really great and so forth. And then when you sort of start digging into whatever you're looking at, you start facing at the data thing, which is one thing. Then you enter into all this kind of how should I do it? I mean, how many options are there? Is there a solution? Is there something that we need to develop from the start and so forth? So a lot of back and forth comes in, and this is underestimated because in the beginning you say, oh, we're gonna just put a prompt by some magical way. This is gonna solve the problem. And then I think all the security, compliance, all this kind of stuff, it's also kind of underestimated because when you start and when you're trying to answer these questions, they're not black and white. You really need to put judgment, and then you need to debate with the colleagues from the regulation or compliance. And this is something that takes time and prolongs the enthusiasm, and the enthusiasm drops because the time prolongs and so forth. And then when you move on, you realize two things. If things are good, you are able to create a pilot. If things move on, you listen to the news or you read somewhere that a new solution came forward. And what you were thinking now perhaps is obsolete, so you need to start again. So I think we have underestimated even what I guess mentioned earlier, that in the past, in good old times, you would say something to IT, ideas would disappear, and then you would wait for the magical solution. But now, this is not the case. You say something now, and perhaps the next month is going to be different. So I think this challenge has been underestimated in the development of AI, and this means companies need to be very quick. They need to act first and think later.
Yes. Even if you're wrong, sometimes. Yes.
If I'm allowed, I believe we underestimate sometimes how much ready we are to adopt AI, and we have already discussed how easy to integrate or use generative AI because we are using in our individual daily life. So sometimes I believe we underestimate how ready we are, and probably we underestimate how fast we are able in our organizations to adapt and adopt those new tools.
Shall we take another one?
That's a very nice input today.
Yeah.
Next upvoted question, which is, did you face any resistance and skepticism from people who are adopting AI, even from people that were declaring ready to be the ambassadors in your firm and then started to take a step back?
No. Again.
Okay, I will actually reiterate a bit what I mentioned before, that there are varieties of approaches, I would say. My feeling with AI, both in our organization as well as in general, is that as this has become more and more impacting our personal lives as well, the assistants that we are more and more having access to, as Yanis mentioned. I think that expectations are changing very rapidly. So we have moved very rapidly from the period that we were thinking that, oh, people will be very fearful about AI, to the period that we have the CEOs and the executives all saying that we want AI, we want it now, we want to solve our problems, and we think that all this will be, with a magic stick. So it's not easy also to handle the second case as well. Maybe it's the more difficult because it's perhaps sometimes it's easier to gain someone's trust than manage the expectations that, okay, we have new technologies but this doesn't mean that all our problems are resolved. In a moment, we need to continuously try and make a lot of effort, move fast as well. Sometimes move without having all the justification and all the business case data there, just the overall idea that this should be in the right direction and adjust the course as we move on.
Okay. So,
I can add something to this one because I think the skepticism from people, it's really important to embrace. Part of our activity, part of our strategy in OTE is also to run surveys on the sentiment on AI and how people view AI, not only for the company but also for themselves. So yes, there is skepticism. especially from people where they see AIs being implemented in their own line of work, being customer services, being shops, being field technicians, and so forth. So we cannot ignore that. What is important is that these people, and even from our perspective, we really need to sort of work with them in a way that AI augments and empowers them rather than replace them. And what does this mean? This means that if things remain stable, this means that this augmentation will create better quality, which we will be able to sell better and perhaps have a better premium in our prices. In any case, the augmentation of AI and people is going to be beneficial for the company because it's going to create added value. So this skepticism needs to be turned into the way forward to develop yourself as an employee that also will allow you to even do something different. In a few years' time, maybe even now, some companies, especially in the US, this happens for sure. When you are looking for a job, an AI is looking at your skills. So it's trying to match your skills. So the question is, to what extent we train our skills, regardless of the role that we have. So this is a different mindset. In our culture, it's about the role, it's not about the skills. Now, AI brings a new paradigm saying, focus on your skills, develop your skills, do a more horizontal level of skills, because this is what is going to take you further.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. The
We're
last
out
one.
of time, but I think it's worth mentioning because it's highly upvoted, this last question. So, if you were a product manager, usually product managers go with what's the problem, and if AI can find a solution, we'll incorporate it. But during, I think today, in general, the person that asked the question, even during the panel, we keep hearing that you need to apply before even asking that question. So the question from the group here is, what should we do first? Should we try AI on everything, or should we try to first ask for the problems and maybe AI is not even part of the solution?
As I mentioned in the beginning, you have to identify use cases that will bring value in what you're trying to resolve. So we should not experiment with AI on everything. It doesn't make sense because you might be losing your time. So focus on your specific use cases and what really brings value to the business. As long as you have the right people in place, the foundational part in place, your people trained, and just keep something in mind as a closing statement. Focus on critical thinking, collaboration, management, and people development, because these skills are less likely to be automated by AI.
Correct. Thank you very much.
Κύριοι, σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Ευχαριστώ, Νίκο.